How you doing? Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple curry chicken. So here we have the chicken already cut up, washed with vinegar. You can use lime if you choose to. So I use leg quarter. So for this chicken, I'll have a half a small carrot. I'll have a quarter green pepper. I'll have a half a small onion. I'll add one small Irish potato, one stalk green onion. Here I have Scotch bonnet pepper. Now I choose to use just 2 slices because this pepper is very hot. So I had 2 slices of Scotch bonnet pepper, and I just had just a couple of the seeds. The seed is what give it that spicy taste. So I'll add that in. I had thyme. I have a half a clove of garlic. So what I do now, when I'm cooking, I use powder seasoning too. So this is called a Maggi chicken. So what I do, I had Maggi chicken, 1 sachet. I'll add some Jamaican meat seasoning. I'll add some salt. Even though I had garlic cloves, I would still had a little garlic powder. This is Jamaican spice. It's called seasoned to the bone. So I had a little bit of that too. And then what I will do, I'll add the curry powder. Now this is a better part curry powder. I choose to use this one because it's my personal preference. I like this curry powder. What I'll do, I'll just add a little bit, not too much, just a little to the meat to give it that curry flavor. Next step, what I do, because I add the curry to the meat, usually I will use my hand to knead in the seasoning, but because of the curry, I will use a fork. Because if you use your hands, then the curry will get under your nails and stain your nails yellow. So what I will do, I'll mix everything in to make sure it's nice and mixed together. So mix everything in. Another way you can do this, you can cover it and then you can shake it in like this. See that? Just shake it in. So the seasoning is distributed equally. So there you have it. That's all seasoned up. So what I'll do with this, I will let this sit and marinate for about an hour, and then I will show you how to cook it up. Hi guys, I'm back. So it's been over an hour since the curry chicken is being marinated. But what I have to point out too, I let it sit for a bit because I like the flavor. I like to taste the seasoning in the meat. So that's the main reason I let it sit for a bit. But for some people, if you don't have the time, what you can do, you can season it up, let it sit for 5-10 minutes, and you can cook right away. So I'm going to show you how to cook the curry. So first, as I mentioned before, I use a better pack curry. I use like a quarter of a pack to put on the meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rest to cook the curry. So what I do is pour the rest in the pot, right? This is what we call we burn it a little. So this way, when you do it this way, the curry is properly cooked. So I will burn the curry a little. You gotta keep stirring it so it doesn't stick to the pot. So while the curry is being burned, what I'll do is I come over here to the seasoned meat. So what I'll do, I will add each piece of meat individually to the pot. So for me, the curries are burned, so what I do now, I add the meat. This is kind of similar to cooking stewed chicken, except for the fact that I put in all the meat at once. So they're all in. So what I will do, I want the chicken to have that curry flavor to it, because if you don't let them cook on either side, then when you add your water, then your curry will just be like white. It will just be like blonde. It won't have that yellow color nor taste. So what I'll do, I'll let the chicken fry on this side for maybe about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and I'll turn it, do the same thing. So the chicken that I use is I use the leg quarters. So what I do is for the leg, I cut the leg in 2. For the thigh, I cut the thigh in 4. Because you know, when you cook curry meat, they're usually in smaller bite portions. Go. Hi guys, I'm back. So it's been around 4 to 5 minutes. So what I do, I come back and I'm going to turn them over to make sure each side is get a share on the fire so that it's cooked properly. So if you notice this piece of meat here, this is what we want on both sides. This way it just gives the chicken a nicer taste and a nicer flavor. So I'll turn them. Now, if you don't get them all, don't worry about it, because they'll all be cooked. So I'll let this sit for another couple minutes. I would say give it about 2-3 minutes. Go. Okay guys, I'm back. So it's been like around 4 minutes. So I'll show you what it looks like. So this is meat being curried. If you look at it, you can see that nice yellow flavor. You get that flavor from letting the meat cook in its own juices, right? But this is far from done. So what I'll do now that I have achieved this point, what I'll do, I will add boiling water. Not too much, just enough to let the meat cook. So after this goes down, then I will show you the next step. So when cooking, you have to make sure you pay attention, because if the fire is too high, then it will cook a lot quicker. Then the water will be boiled out a lot quicker, so then you probably burn your meat or whatever. So what you have to do is you have to watch it every step of the way. So what I do, I was watching mine while I was making the video. So you add boiling water, or you can add cold water if you like, whichever, and you just cover it again and let it sit. But remember to keep watching it. Cool. Hi guys, I'm back again. So it's been around 5 minutes since I add the water for this to cook down. So what I do, if you take a look at this is what we want. You need that texture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the seasoning that I seasoned the meat with earlier. So I add seasoning. This includes the carrot, the Irish potato, the green onions, the green pepper, the thyme, the garlic. So what I do now, I will just add a little more boiling water. Now, boiling water is always the better thing because that way everything is already hot, so it won't take time to boil again. So I add a little water. Put that away. Add a little water to it, and you don't want to put too much water because then it also take a longer time to cook, right? So you want to add water to bring it up a little, just enough to slightly cover the meat. So what you do now, after you add all the seasoning, spices and everything, you will just cover it and let it sit for about another 10 minutes. But within that 10 minutes, you have to keep watching it. So I just let it sit and cook right down to gravy, and then it should be done and we can go from there. So I'm back. I'm just going to check on it. It's been like 10 minutes. So take a look at that. It's been 10 minutes since it's been cooking. So I know the meat is already cooked. I know the Irish and carrot is already cooked. But what I want to achieve the gravy. I want to achieve a thicker texture. So what I will do, I will let this cook for about another 5 minutes. But remember, everyone has their own preferences. So what I do right now, I just give this a little taste. And it's nice and good. So what I gotta do now, I just let it cook down some more. So join me, I'll be back.
Go.
Hey guys, I'm back. So it's been like 5 minutes, so everything should be done. So look at that. It's all done. Nice. It's called nice and gooey. Look at that texture right there. See, that's what we wanted. That nice thickness. When you get it like this, it means that all the seasoning, all the spices is cooked in. So you gotta turn the stove off. Look at that. That's what you wanted. Now that's a nice curry chicken. So this is what it will look like. I'm gonna share some out here. I put some vegetables into it. And add some gravy on the rice. So there it is. Jamaican style curry chicken with tomato and avocado. Now you're probably been wondering, why does he always have tomato and avocado? The main reason is because I love vegetables, I love tomatoes, I love avocado. And no meal to me is complete unless I have vegetables. So don't forget, like my videos, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Have yourself a wonderful day. See you next time.